Today we're here to argue with FWC to protect split oak forest, a preserve full of gopher tortoises and tons of reptiles, and I know that's what you guys care about. We're gonna try and protect that place today, tell them how we feel about the destruction of this place. They're trying to build a road right through it. So we're going to tell them no as citizens, and if they don't listen, then you already know me. So I want to start by saying do not release easement on split oak forest. It is your duty to protect it and conserve it.
Historically and recently, myself as well as people behind me have encountered gopher tortoises, all species of rattlesnakes. Any argument to reduce this area's conservative value is not only a seditious lie, but it is also self-fulfilling. For the development of a large road would only decimate the powerful value that this area still provides.
I do environmental surveys. We've seen the Wekiwa Parkway. We've seen the road that's being built through the Marshall-Hampton Preserve in Polk County. I've worked on the Suncoast Parkway. A few of the guys before me mentioned Florida pine snakes, state-threatened species. The best spot that I've ever seen for that species, we had surveyors find them every time we went. I think 4 or 5 pine snakes. That's now buried under the Suncoast Parkway.
There are already thousands of new homes in Narcoozy Road. I've spent weeks visiting split oak forest, trying to bring awareness through content and social media.
I urge and implore the Commission to choose life over profits, pollinators over pollutants, burrows and nests over parking lots. Staff will argue that only 160 acres will be affected, whether indirectly or directly. I urge the Commission to make that number 0. Thank you.
What does a preserve even mean anymore in Florida? A preserve has to mean something. And I know this apparently is where we just choose to build roads in Florida, but we've got to find other alternatives.
With that being said, if you build a road through Orange County or even Osceola County, it does not affect split oak forest off rip at the beginning, right? But through time, the animals are going to want to go to that road. There will be more roadkill. More homes in the area means more animals in their backyards, and then you're going to have the same problem you had earlier today where people had conflicts with wildlife. Releasing easement on the split oak may not destroy it right away, but it sets a precedent of destruction. It pushes our new residents to not trust FWC. It brings me and my community to feel unheard. Another road bringing more roadkill and even more traffic to our existing peaceful communities.
All right, Vincent.
All right, buddy, how are you feeling after speaking?
I'm feeling pretty confident. You know, everyone there, everyone's in unison. Nobody wants this road to happen. The Orange County Commissioners have already rescinded their support of the Parkway, and the voters have already spoken. You know, like, everybody's saying no to this. There's no way that they're gonna either vote to table it or vote to release the easement. There's no way.
All right, let's see what they say.
Typically on these matters, we delegate it to the executive director to ongoing negotiations. That's not the final outcome.
Thought I had a decent handle on it coming in, but I've got a lot more questions now than I did prior to coming in.
I think that there's this perception that a conservation easement is going to be removed. I don't think the proposal, I don't know, because I'm hearing about this, over my, our review last week with Tom. To me, it's a portion of an easement that's being removed that is being replaced at a minimum of a 10-to-1.
I want to agree with Commissioner Ferrier. That would be my 2 cents worth, just repeating basically what you guys have said.
They couldn't hear you.
I reiterated, I think, what Commissioner Ferrier said, that I think the devil's in the details, and we don't have enough of the details here.
I have full faith in our executive director to negotiate on our behalf, but I do believe it's incumbent upon us as the commission to have the final vote.
I see the same term used over and over again in the presentation we got from staff, which was net conservation benefit. Obviously, a lot of the folks that are here today are saying they don't believe that is what accrues in this. To me, we need to all understand that and have our own read on that before we can make a decision.
From what I've heard from talking to a few people, is this kind of been going on, this issue has been going on for at least 3 or 4 years, correct?
Longer.
How long have we been participating?
Close to a decade.
Really, the agency has?
Yes.
Wow. So, like, I have never heard about this issue. Just so you know. I mean, I've literally, until the last week, until we had the briefing with the regional director. So are you actually negotiating terms, or no? You're just listening, or what's your role?
So staff have been working with Orange and Osceola counties and CFX. There's been a series of meetings. Katrina was actually one of the folks that mentioned that CFX has a technical assistance group that has looked at the roadway and the roadway development. And so we have been present in a lot of those conversations. CFX has put a mitigation package on the table that does include 1,550 acres as well as management funding of roughly $13 million. We would like to negotiate on that.
Got it. Commissioner Nicholas.
All right, buddy, it looks like we wrapped up. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm disappointed in what just happened. They moved ahead with the road through the preserve. That's what just happened. The commission voted on it. Now they're giving the executive director power to negotiate. So, they're trying to add land to all this, conservation lands, so it could be a net gain for conservation lands, but it's a tragedy every time a road is built through a preserve.